Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK Journey video. Some massive news just dropped with the skill trailer for Natsu and Lucy for the Fairy Tail collab. This gives us a first look at what these heroes are capable of doing. We're gonna go ahead and begin watching this trailer and we're gonna break it down. Okay, so based on this, Natsu is going to specialize in AFK stages and arena. Interesting. No Dream Realm mentioned here, and synergy with Lucy, the other collab hero, the twins, and Odie. Okay, let's continue. Okay, ultimate damage and a stun. And you can switch the mode before battle in the team select. Different animation. Higher damage. Okay. Okay, so his ultimate ability has two different forms, or maybe he himself in general has two forms. The ultimate skill, Lightning Fire Dragon's Roar or Fire Dragon King's Roar, depending on the form. During battle preparation, you can choose either Lightning Fire Dragon mode or Fire Dragon King mode as Natsu's combat style. In Lightning Fire Dragon mode, Natsu deals moderate damage to enemies within range and stuns them, and it did seem like a pretty wide range, like a whole arc in front of him. And in Fire Dragon King mode, he deals substantial damage to enemies within range. So the difference is Fire Dragon King mode for the ultimate is going to be much higher damage, as you saw there, and also like a more dark red animation. And his regular Lightning Fire Dragon mode, it also comes with a stun, but the damage is going to be lower. Okay, interesting. So utility versus all-out damage. And they mentioned that he's going to be good for AFK stages. I'm thinking probably you would want all-out damage because you usually need high damage for the high-level AFK stages. Let's go ahead and jump to the next skill. Okay, a jump and a haste reduction. Okay. No haste reduction. Okay, so his ability here in Lightning Fire Dragon mode, this is called Lightning Fire Dragons. Okay, I'm just gonna call it by Iron Fist because he has his two different modes and those come in the name before the skill, so Iron Fist. In Lightning Fire Dragon mode, Natsu targets the enemy who has dealt the most cumulative damage, dealing a small amount of damage while significantly reducing their haste. So this is more of a debuffing centered skill if he's in Lightning Fire Dragon mode, because a small amount of damage, and it's going to hit the enemy who has dealt the most damage to you. The haste reduction gradually diminishes over time until the effect expires. For AFK stages, haste reduction I don't think is that game changing, like you have Bonnie to do that anyway. In Fire Dragon King mode, Natsu strikes an enemy within one tile, okay, adjacent to him, dealing damage equal to a percentage of the target's maximum health, but probably capped by something, and knocking them down. Okay, I think, again, probably Fire Dragon King mode is looking better for AFK stages, just increasing his damage by the most to help you burst through those really tanky AFK stages. That's usually what you want to do at the higher point. For Arena, though, I can understand haste reducing a backline like a high damage carry. That can be pretty valuable, but for AFK stages, Fire Dragon King looking better. Yeah, and I get... Okay. He feeds off the death of allies. Okay. And when Lucy dies, he gets even more bonuses. So Fire Tie's skill. After an ally is defeated, Natsu boosts his attack and defense. This skill can only be used once per battle and becomes available after the first defeat of an ally. Additionally, if Lucy's ally defeated, Natsu gains increased crit and crit damage boost. So there is synergy between Natsu and Lucy. If Lucy dies, Natsu is going to get powered up further than if another ally dies. But you want to have like one ally being defeated on your team to power up Natsu. And I'm thinking then there's a bit of Harak synergy in that type of kit because Harak is going to definitely devour one of your allies. The thing I'm wondering about though is how else are you going to be able to trigger this for AFK stages, because like you usually don't want anyone on your team to die, and normally no one dies, so it probably won't be triggered. Okay, let's continue. exclusive skill. Okay, you see that grayed out HP bar portion? That is going to be max HP reduction. Shemira has the same effect. So like I guess they're releasing now heroes which have max HP reduction. It's going to reduce the total HP pool of the opponent, that even if they heal up to maximum, they're not going to be able to recover that amount of health, that grayed out portion. When Natsu deals damage to an enemy, he reduces their maximum health. This effect does not apply to bosses, of course. It wouldn't make sense for it to apply to bosses, especially when they have infinite health. But this is going to be for AFK stages. This is quite useful because, again, the enemies, then they won't be able to heal back up to maximum. However, honestly speaking, I'm thinking about it and I'm like, well, look at the amount of HP bar he's reduced with the opponent. I don't know how much he will be able to do at maximum. Like, Shemira can only do up to 25% of the enemy's HP bar. And, like, I'm thinking, does that actually make a difference? Because, like, for example, if the opponent is able to heal up their damage, and even if they heal up to 75% of their health rather than 100%, are you still going to be able to kill them? Like, he doesn't have any actual, like, healing recovery block, for example, with, like, Pheromore does. So I'm still wondering and a little bit unsure about that, but I mean, this is interesting, although I need to see exactly what else is happening in his exclusive skill, because just to have max HP reduction, that is not enough. There needs to be some more damage from this or something that is going to make it worthwhile, because, yeah, they're not really revealing most of this ability. So dual modes, he has the two different modes. Lightning Fire Dragon or Fire Dragon King, and I think Fire Dragon King is probably better for AFK stages with the raw damage. Scorching Flame ends up dealing damage, yeah. Survival Strength. Yeah, after an ally dies, he's going to increase attack and defense, and if it's Lucy, he gets a crit and crit damage boost as well. And reduces max HP whenever he deals damage. Okay. So Team Synergy, I just want to take a look. Elijah and Lila can provide powerful buffs to the two-dimensional faction heroes. Definitely, Elijah and Lila are a great ally to pretty much anything. Natsu gains an additional crit boost if Lucy is defeated. Natsu's ability to reduce enemies' max health allows Odie to trigger his instant kill effect more quickly. But honestly speaking, Odie for high-level AFK stages is not enough damage. And I really doubt that he's going to be useful in high, maybe for lower stages or for newer players potentially. But at high level, Odie is just not used. Okay, so you see that Natsu is reducing health of the enemies that he is dealing damage to, but not by a huge amount. I mean, Shemira does have quite a lot of health reduced and pretty wide range of his ultimate, to be honest, but it didn't reach Shemira in the back line there. And just looking at this fight here, I think, like, our team is kind of over-leveled based on how much damage they're dealing. Okay, now we're moving on to Lucy. 2-in-1. This is a 2-in-1 trailer. By the way, Natsu is an S-level warrior hero, and Lucy is going to be an A-level mage hero. Okay, so same specialties as Natsu, AFK stages and arena. Okay. Synergize with Natsu, of course, because if Lucy dies, then Natsu gets a bonus boost. But I don't know how much that boost is going to be, because, and honestly, when an ally dies, it does take away something from your team as well. The thing about arena, though, and I'll talk about this at the end, but Natsu so far, I'm not really looking promising for a regular arena, because he has no survival. For a Supreme Arena, if you put him on Wilder Faction tiles, then of course I think he can get off damage and he's protected. But like, other than Wilder Faction tiles with Supreme Arena or an regular arena, I think Natsu will be too easy to kill. There was nothing in the kit that gave him survival, and that is an essential part of a damage dealer, especially a frontline melee unit damage dealer. They need to have survival mechanisms, otherwise they're just going to be burst at the beginning of the fight. Okay, knock up and stun. Boom. Now, one really important thing to note there, you might be thinking, well, is she actually... Is the cooldown on this like really low or something? Because we saw almost 2 back-to-back knockups and stuns. But there was a skip. There was a skip in the basically the footage, and so I don't think it's actually gonna be on such a low cooldown. But we're gonna see it here. Celestial Spirit Summon ultimate skill. Lucy summons Aquarius, a celestial spirit, to aid her in battle. Upon summoning, Aquarius creates a stream of water that strikes the area with the most enemies, like right here. Dealing damage and knocking them into the air. Aquarius will continue to summon water streams at regular intervals, but we don't know how regular these are because this was a skip that you saw right here. Let's see if we have more footage to actually try to figure this out. Okay, kick and stun. Lucy delivers a powerful kick to the enemy who has dealt the most cumulative damage. Reminds you of Natsu's skill to jump onto the enemy who does the most cumulative damage and give them the haste reduction. Dealing damage and stunning them. After the kick, she returns to her original tile. Lucy remains unaffected while using this skill. Okay, nothing major here, just a stun onto the hardest hitting damage dealer. What? Okay, now we're talking. Stardress skill. Lucy uses her ultimate to transform into Aquarius, and she changed her own appearance. Like, it looks like she has a different skin on for the rest of the battle, allowing her to summon streams of water during this state. So that, now things are looking good. So after Lucy casts one ultimate, Aquarius enters the field. Aquarius is going to knock up the enemies when she enters the field and stun them. And then Lucy is also going to have the same effect. And that's why we got 2 almost back-to-back knockups here, which is really nice. This is actually really nice. Boom. Stun. The chaining of the crowd control, they can't do anything. That is actually crazy. Wow, okay, that is really interesting. And that is making this look a lot better. But again, probably AFK stages, because she needs to charge up her energy. She needs to cast her ultimate before she can get any value of this. And honestly speaking, unless she has some survival, she's just going to be killed. Like, she's going to be nuked before she can even cast her ultimate. For a PvP, I'm talking about. Okay, a shield, Aquarius, and Lucy. Wait, so I think the strange thing is that both Aquarius and Lucy, after casting their ultimate, Lucy turns into kind of like a version of Aquarius herself, and they both are able to cast skills. Both Aquarius and Lucy in the Aquarius form can cast a skill to grant a shield to the weakest ally for a certain duration, and I guess it would be 2 shields because both of them can cast it. Okay, interesting. That's a bit of survival, but not quite what I was hoping for. I wanted some invincibility mechanic, some extra life mechanic. But definitely, to say the least, she does have an interesting kit. Yeah, Lucy changes her skin, and she becomes like a version of Aquarius herself. Wow, that is cool. I love that the chaining of crowd control. I mean, when you look at this, it's kind of brutal because also if you had like the Lightning Fire Emperor, Dragon Emperor, whatever it's called, mode of the Natsu, then he can also stun with his ultimate, and then Lucy and Aquarius are both periodically stunning the enemies. Like, you can kind of lock people down really hardcore, especially with the twins, giving that energy refund on ultimate casting, giving them energy boosting. So definitely twins will synergize well with them. I agree with that. Okay, watch the fight here. So there we go. Lucy casts her ultimate. Okay, enter the field Aquarius and boom. Okay, they're gonna get knocked up. Now we need Doorbell. Okay, more knockups. Another knockup from Lucy. Okay. Will the next one be when she casts her ultimate again? Okay, there was another knockup from Lucy. Wow. Okay, I'm looking at this. I definitely feel like twins Natsu Lucy for AFK stages, it could be viable. But I don't know. Is it going to be better than like Iron Tasi? That is also very strong and has high damage as well. But Natsu will be bringing the damage. And they're both dimensional heroes. So if they're both on the Stellar Bond, that should be fine getting all the value off of that. Elijah and Lila can provide powerful buffs to the true dimensional faction heroes, Natsu and Lucy. Floribel, it can enhance Aquarius with additional buffs. Oh yeah, because it can power up the minions, basically the summons on the map. Okay. Alright guys, so Natsu and Lucy, they're both going to be coming May 1st. That is the date of the collab. For VN server, global server, we're all getting at the same time. They will not be, Pioneer server is shut, so they will not be appearing there. Interesting. Now, looking at this, what my first thoughts are that they're looking mainly AFK stage oriented. And Natsu, he's a damage dealer. And nothing is looking like he's going to be good for Dream Realm. Like, it doesn't look like he will be able to compete with the other damages we have for Dream Realm. So, if you're a Dream Realm focused player and you don't have the resources to get him, you can, like, probably breathe a sigh of relief because he's looking like just AFK stages and PvP potentially. And the problem with PvP, neither of them have, like, a major survival mechanic. The Lucy just has the shield, which honestly is not enough in my opinion. So you would need to protect them with faction talents or a lot of support. And in regular arena, I just do not think they're going to be good. Like, they're too slow. They are ultimate dependent heroes, and charging that up in regular arena, you're going to be dead before that happens. Like Athalia, if there's an Athalia on the enemy team, yeah, good luck. The batch is going to be over before you can even charge up probably 70% of your energy pool. So this is the thing with them. I think Supreme Arena looking promising for both of them potentially. For AFK stages looking quite promising. I actually think AFK stages is where they're going to shine or basically stand out. That seems to be their catered game mode. And I'm wondering, and I'm kind of excited, are they going to be good for high level deficit pushing? Like, is Natsu's damage going to be high enough? Or is this mainly only going to be for newer game players in the early game to push in the starter story and early stages of AFK? That's what I wonder. But the good news is, if you're just building them for like AFK stages, you can leave them at Supreme Plus. There's no need to Paragon them, because Paragon is really just for the rivalry stats for PvP. And honestly, I don't know, Natsu could go pretty crazy on invincibility like Wilder tiles because his damage does look insane. That's kind of the scary thing. But he needs faction talent support. And without invincibility faction tiles or unaffected faction tiles, I think you're probably not going to get much value out of him. So we'll have to see, of course, the multiplier numbers, but as of right now, they're looking like AFK stage heroes. If I had to make a decision right now, I would say Shemira is a bigger priority than both of these two, but we do not know their multipliers yet. We have not tested them, so take that with a grain of salt and probably wait for them to actually be released, and then we test them, and then you can decide. But for right now, my heart is saying Shemira number 1. And yeah, and also in this event, Fairy Tail event, we're guaranteed to get, I believe, Lucy up to Mythic Plus just by participating in the event. And so you will not even need to probably recruit for Lucy. You could even leave her at Mythic Plus. It's just really Natsu if you want to recruit for him, and is looking like he's just an AFK stage hero right now, but that is to be determined. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts about Natsu and Lucy in the comment section. And are you planning to recruit for them? Are you planning to go for Shemira? Have you already recruited for Shemira? Let me know. But thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. If you guys are not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please smash that subscribe button. Also, join my AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video. Thank you for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.